In recent years, costume dramas have become a huge pop culture phenomenon in China. They are to Chinese fans what superhero movies and series are to Americans. More than 50 costume dramas were released in 2023 alone. While they are no doubt very entertaining for us to watch, the actors behind our beloved characters go through a lot. Just a few months ago, actress Xianxia talked about how costume dramas require skill. "I think if you can act well in an ancient costume drama, you're awesome. That's an amazing feat," she admitted. They have to watch their weight. My Journey to You leads Zhonglinghe and Stu both admitted to being told to lose weight before filming started. Esther says, "Before filming, the director warned us to lose a little weight. He kept spamming and bombarding my DMs. Because my role is a female assassin, he told me, 'Have you ever seen any chubby spy?' Yeah, that's what he said. But that's not all. I myself prefer to shoot with my right face angle, so he threatened me that if I didn't reach his ideal weight requirement, he'd shoot my left side profile and 360 degrees of my face. He promised to give me presents if I got down to 45 kilograms. I told myself not to think of yummy foods. As long as I can maintain strength to work, it's enough." To lose weight, every morning she ate a full breakfast and didn't eat anything again until night. If she was hungry, she would eat a little pomelo. The sacrifices paid off, and she snagged those presents. Meanwhile, Till the End of the Moon star Bai Lu chimed in, agreeing that the standards for looking thin in Xianxia dramas are sky high. According to her, you've got to be fairy-like, and that means being thin. During Till the End of the Moon filming, Bai Lu hit her lowest weight in years, rocking abs at 42 kilograms, now settling at a healthier 45 kilograms. They have to put up with receding hairlines and hair loss. While historical dramas boast beautiful wigs, the cast faces the possibility of receding hairlines and hair loss due to wearing wigs and heavy headgear. After The Untamed, Xiao Zhan hilariously went on a rant about the struggles of always acting in period dramas, saying, "Do you know how hard it is to wear hair extensions? I need to wake up early every day and all my real hair is falling out." Although he said it light-heartedly, this is a real issue many actors are struggling with. Shukai admitted he had to do minor hair transplants in the past. His hair suffered every time he filmed historical dramas. He would have to use glue to adhere the wig and alcohol to take off the glue when removing the hairpiece. Due to the repeatedly damaging procedure and use of alcohol wipes, his scalp is often itchy and red. Asked if he was concerned about it, Shukai exclaimed, "I am. I've learned to just look past it. If my hairline continues to recede, I'll just have to do another transplant." Jing Chen agreed with Shukai and said female hairpieces in historical dramas often involve a lot of clips and accessories, causing damage to the scalp region. A drama set hairdresser said that while in most dramas, the wigs for male actors are around 60 to 80 centimeters. In My Journey to You, pretty much all the male actors wore 110 centimeters wigs, and Zhonglinghe wore a 120 centimeters wig, which was made heavier by the hair ornaments. She also admitted that by day 3 or 4, the second male lead, Cheng Lei, had blisters on his scalp. "We had to change to special effects makeup glue to make it less irritating, and his time in makeup was extended by 40 minutes. Every day was a challenge," she concluded. Luo Yunqi has had similar problems, and when talking about the difficulties of filming a Xianxia wuxia series, he said, "I'm actually quite sensitive to the alcohol glue, and most of these series are filmed during summer. So my entire hairline would swell and it's quite painful. But I put up with it for the sake of the drama." Hu Mingho even revealed that most actors have to shave their hair in the front to glue the wig on, otherwise the wig's hairline will be lower than their actual hairline. They have to wear restrictive costumes and headpieces. Liu Yuning said some of his costumes on A Journey to Love were quite restrictive and made it hard to breathe. In Bai Lu's case, she had to contend with multiple layers of clothing. For the outfit to look good, there are 6 to 7 layers of clothes. Each cloth is bound twice around the waist plus a belt. It's hard to look very thin while wearing the outfit. Every piece of clothing is bound so tight, I am unable to eat while wearing the costumes. Her co-star Luo Yunqi chimed in and added, "I remember there were costumes with close to 20 layers. That was tiresome. I could never do that in real life, but I'd consider taking on more ancient costume projects." When asked if he would be jumping into another Xianxia drama as soon as he was done filming Till the End of the Moon, he broke off into laughter, saying, tugging at his golden cape, "My shoulders, I felt like I was going to faint for a moment there." Well, if you take into consideration Luo Yunqi's very lean frame, he must have been having a tough time with all the extra layers of clothes. His love interest in the drama Bai Lu joined in, saying, "I was in a lot of pain too from the hair ornaments. The headpieces are very heavy. Some quite stabby to the scalp. The day I became a goddess was very memorable. My styling there was especially dunhuang. That crown weighed 5 kilograms, I couldn't even move my head. Xianxia says, the clothes on costume drama sets are so heavy it feels like they weigh 50 kilograms when he had to carry them around. Chengyu had to dress like a woman for the Cailian Manor arc in the Mysterious Lotus casebook. When asked how the experience was, that costume was very tight and quite uncomfortable, so it's really not easy for actresses. I wore the headdress for half an hour and I was so dizzy, it really wasn't easy. They have to overcome rigorous training. Mingya's weapon was a halberd spear which is quite long and heavy. The big battle took 22 days to film. The bronze spear with the head weighed 15 kilograms. His uncomfortable armor weighed 10 kilograms, not to mention the wire suit underneath. Taking the suit on and off would waste time, so Luo Yunqi had his lunch in it. Hu Yitian had his own fair share of problems while filming Handsome Siblings. The show was filmed in the summer, and Yitian had to do high-intensity action scenes while wearing several layers of robes. He came close to getting a head stroke several times and lost 5 kilograms in the process. Remember this beautiful umbrella that transformed into a weapon in many of Xiying's fights? Well, Xiao Zhao got a workout whenever he lifted it because it weighed over 7.5 kilograms, and he needed to make it look like it was weightless. I have never used an umbrella as a weapon before, and this one in particular is very heavy, Xiao Zhan admitted. The creation of the Gods cast members had to practice shooting, martial arts and horse riding 6 days a week for 6 months to execute the various action scenes required. They need to push their acting skills to the maximum. On the set of Till the End of the Moon, the Green Room Studios had wind blowers constantly blowing out cold air, which although necessary for some scenes it was taxing nonetheless. Bailu even commented on it, saying one of the most challenging things about doing Xianxia dramas is that they couldn't even act their emotional scenes in a quiet environment. There would be wind blowers and all sorts of noises on set. We couldn't even blink with them blowing air on us. It was actually very testing. Yang Zi says it's really hard. You have to face a green screen, act by yourself. When you have a lot of special effects, you don't get to have emotional continuity, it's all just a lot to deal with. On that scene in Mailin, there were a lot of special effects and it looked like I was strung up, but actually I was standing there pretending. Every time I was pierced, I'd have to stop for them to add special effects blood, and then I had to pick up from where I left off and continue with the same emotions. It was quite complicated. We had to work with the special effects, so I had to remember my expressions and state of mind as much as possible each time. The longest promise is Ren Minute, who was filming a costume fantasy drama for the first time, said, acting without physical objects was her biggest challenge. Hence it was important for her to exercise her imagination whenever possible. In Xiao Zhan's biggest emotional scene, he was completely empty-handed in front of the wind blower. They should know injuries can and will happen. While shooting The Untamed, Xiao Zhan faced multiple injuries. They filmed a rain scene for 7 consecutive nights, enduring the relentless downpour from sprinkler carts. Xiao Zhan's eyes often turned bloodshot due to the extended filming hours. Despite this and an eye infection caused by the artificial rain, he had to complete filming. Another star who regularly visits the hospital is Luo Yunqi. He was initially injured in 2019 while shooting historical drama, and the winner is Love. A member of the crew revealed that an employee did not pull the wire properly while Luo Yunqi was up in the air. He fell down and was unable to get back up. After entering the hospital, Luo Yunqi was discovered to have 2 broken bones and ligaments in his leg. Not wanting to delay the filming progress, Luo Yunqi decided to return to work. Due to not getting enough rest, it developed into a chronic injury which would flare up whenever he filmed intense action scenes. Chengyi also sprained his back in historical drama Stand By Me, and he filmed some parts of Immortal Samsara with a leg cast. He was carted off in a stretcher on the set of upcoming wuxia drama Hero Legends. Last but certainly not least, they have to put up with being ridiculed. Every year netizens draw up a list of what they consider to be costume ugly stars. Many actors such as Dylan Wang, Darren Wang and Luo Zheng have graced these lists, with netizens telling them to never appear in costume dramas again. Historical drama Jun Ju Ling drew some discussion for its casting of what netizens referred to as its ugly male protagonist. A bit harsh to be honest, but instead of talking about whether the story is good and if the drama's plot is worth watching, what had viewers talking about the show is their dissatisfaction at the male lead's appearance. Producer Yang Dandan defended him, stating his suitability for the role despite not fitting the typical good-looking hero. When A Journey to Love aired in 2023, Liu Yuning was accused of bringing the drama down because of his poor visuals. Netizens mocked him by swapping his face with what they believed were better-looking male leads such as Wallace Wade using AI technology. Ren Minute was also bullied after appearing alongside Xiao Zhan in The Longest Promise. Ancient love poetry producer had to defend actress Zhu Dongyu, who netizens claim is unsuitable to play a goddess as the female lead in a Xianxia. Undeterred, a netizen even published an article entitled "How Zhu Dongyu is Ugly," indicating the number of ways the award-winning actress isn't deserving to be cast as a goddess in the drama. Clearly, aside from the costumes, actors need an extra layer of thick skin if they are to survive. While many actors are willing to go through all that, some actors refuse to even entertain costume dramas. Johnny Huang has played a lot of men in uniform roles throughout his career. In a recent interview where he was asked if he considered costume dramas, he responded, "I really can't quite do costume dramas. I can't do the makeup. I always feel like there's something on my face, so I don't dare to touch it." Johnny joked that he can act in costume dramas if he can have a buzz cut for it. After all, costume dramas often require heavy makeup, not to mention the long wig that actors have to wear day in and day out. What do you think about all this? Let me know down in the comments.